OK, let's get right back to the start, at your time in the villa. Now, you and Amber started off as friends. When did you realise there were feelings?
I think as our friendship developed and, like... and as we got closer, we literally started, like... We laugh at the same things, we'd kind of joke about the same things at the same time. It was a little bit weird because we'd finish each other's sentences. And I think it just naturally developed into something that, like, we both kind of wanted.
What was it about Amber that you liked so much?
The fact that, like, we could laugh all the time. She didn't really take anything too serious. We never really had a serious conversation. And every time someone asked us, it was like, oh, what are you talking about? Just talk about? We were like, nothing. Like, we actually just chat shit.
OK, let's remind ourselves of those early days.
I find myself sitting there just, like, wanting to be next to you and put my hand on you just so you know that I'm there. And it's just, like, I think to myself sometimes, I'm like, what am I actually doing here?
And if we just stay the way that we are, I can see it work on the outside as well.
Yeah, it's not that far from Liverpool to Newcastle anyway. Cheers to us.
Just cheers to us.
Cheers to us and what the future holds.
Cheers to what the future holds.
How does it feel watching that back?
So it takes me back, to be honest. Like, we did speak about the outside, like, but at that point, we were thinking about it. Like, I think that was the only time we really spoke about it.
And did you think it could work on the outside?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, because, like, we did kind of bounce off each other. The energy was there and the banter was there.
Yeah.
And then we were attracted to each other as well. So I did think it could work on the outside. I think at one point she said, so you're going to move to Newcastle? And I said, no.
Yeah,
and
we thought you were going to move to Newcastle.
Yeah, and that's when I said, no, Liverpool's not that far from Newcastle.
It's quite fun.
It's... I mean, we both drive, though,
Things weren't always plain sailing with you two. You did have a couple of disagreements. What were your seeds of doubt?
There was parts between me and Amber where she reminded me of past relationships, and past relationships haven't worked because of those factors of, like, not being able to speak my mind when I want to, not being able to raise an issue, and that's where that all came from. I did try and speak to her about it, and there was times when I did speak about it, she was, like, saying, oh, no, I'm not speaking about this now. So it was just, like, shut down, shut down, shut down. And in the end, I kind of just went, there's no point in me even trying to speak about it.
OK. Then came Casa Amor. Did you expect your head to be turned?
I didn't know, no. And when Casa Amor happened, me and Amber had just had an argument, and I still thought to myself, you know what, we'll sort that out, it's fine. I'd been thinking about the whole biting my tongue and not really being able to say what I wanted to say, and I wanted to speak to her about it, and before I knew it, I was ripped out and Casa was happening. So... What
was it about Joanna that caught your eye?
I mean, what can't catch my eye about her? I mean, she's unbelievable. Like, she's actually unbelievable. And when we actually started speaking, we spoke in a group situation and the conversation was very two-way, I thought. And then getting to know her, she just literally doesn't take herself too serious at all. And I like that in someone. OK,
so you did decide to recouple with Joanna. Let's take a look at that moment.
There's situations where I thought that she really just wasn't that into me. And I think it was quite apparent.
Wow.
I hadn't been staying true to myself, biting my tongue in situations I wouldn't usually bite my tongue in, and overlooking things I wouldn't usually overlook. I mean, I've been through that situation before, and that's why things haven't worked out. So why would I do it now?
OK, so it felt like you were trying to justify your decision rather than let her down gently. Can you see why some people thought that was a bit harsh?
Yeah, I totally understand why people would think that it's a bit of a dick move. And to be honest, I should have spoken to Amber about that away from everybody. And like I said, I'll honestly hold my hand up and be like, I shouldn't have really done that in that way, because we were in front of everyone and yourself. That being said, like, those issues were there. I should have just went about it in a little bit different.
It was almost like all your feelings had just gone. Had they? It felt like they'd just gone for Amber.
No. They hadn't gone. If anything, at that point, there's, like, heightened emotions. Yeah. And I've even explained this to Amber. At those points, I was kind of directing frustration towards her. Instead of thinking about what I'm saying, it was, like, more of word vomit, and it was just coming out how I was feeling. But, like, I'm only human. Everyone kind of has these situations, just not put for everybody to see.
Of course you are. Everyone suspected you still had feelings for Amber. Was that hard to build a relationship with Joanna when that was going on?
Yeah, it was hard, because obviously I'm constantly hearing people say things about like me wanting to be back with Amber and like the whole Joanna thing's a myth. So it was kind of hard to look forward to doing things with Joanna, especially when they're putting it in Joanna's head as well. So having to sit there and kind of just like clarify to her that, yeah, I do see things going really well with me and her. And then I've got everyone else like, oh no, that's not what you want, that's not what you want.
Then there was a massive twist, which saw Joanna leave the villa alone. Okay, why didn't you leave with her?
I always said from the start, and I know personally that I've never quit on anything in my life. I wasn't about to start then. It wasn't...
even though you know the show's about finding love?
Yeah, it is. But at that point, I'd even spoken to people previously about this and said, regardless of the situation, like at that point there was only, 2 weeks left. It was like a bit of a test for me and her to kind of, if it's going to work on the outside, we need some distance, is it going to work? But at the same time, like, I wasn't going to quit on the whole process thing, and I was going to enjoy the rest of my time with my friends.